Cześć, nazywam się Augustyna Shibweze, jestem z Nigerii. Studiuję na Uniwersytecie Medycznym.
How do you remain in Poland? Get your one
How
year.
is life like combining study and work, being that you're studying nursing?
See that?
The problem we have here in Gdnask with accommodation, 60% of the landlords.
Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. So today I have a special guest with me. Guest, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi, my name is Tina. I'm studying here in the Medical University of Gdansk, Poland. I am from Nigeria, Imo State precisely. I've been living in Poland for about 2 years. Yeah, I think that's all there is.
Yeah, so Tina is my good friend. I think we became friends. I think I contacted you on Naira Line. That's why your post on Naira Line. So I got in touch with Tina. So I sent a mail on Naira Line. I said, please, I need to get in touch with you. And she was so kind. She sent me a number and I got in touch with her. That was early 2020 or late 2019. I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
But Tina has been my friend for a long time. So now, Tina, this is not in the question, what I'm about to ask you now. So could you give us a brief experience you had in Opo? Because I know you left Nigeria to Opo, University of Opo.
Yeah.
So I need a brief your experience studying at Opo and why you left Opo to Gdansk.
Gdansk. Well, Opole is quite a very small city. There are so many limitations in Opole, but that was not the main reason why I actually left. I never had it in mind to stay in Opole. I wanted to study nursing while I was coming actually, but situation that period. So I just went to Opole and I knew I was going to switch within a year. So the school in Opole did not have nursing. I don't even think they even have it in Polish, talk more of in English. So they didn't have nursing, so which was why I moved. But Opole is a very small city, limitation to jobs and every other thing. Although people work remotely now in Poland, so location is not really that much of a big deal anymore. But Opole is a very small city. Nothing much is going on there.
Okay. Yeah, because I know then 2020 when we were struggling for the date, calling here and there, I know it was Opo you were going to.
Yeah.
So later on, you told me you switched and I was curious. Though you told me why you switched, but I wanted the audience to know about it. Why did you decide to go to University of Gdansk to study your nursing? Why not other university, like the one in Warsaw and the rest?
Yeah. So when I decided I wanted to, switch to nursing, at the time I was coming from Nigeria, like I mentioned, I went to Poland. That was because, the funds was not exactly there to go directly into nursing school. So instead of waiting in Nigeria, I just started, okay, let's just get there first, So while I was planning on switching, I had 3 schools in mind. I had Medical University of Warsaw, Łódź, and also Medical University of Gdansk. So for Warsaw, at that time, they didn't have nursing in English. That was my first choice actually, but they had nursing in Polish, but they did not at that time. I think they started this year, so they did not have it in English. So for Łódź, it was a very good school as well, but I think the application fee was about 200 euro thereabouts, but it was free in Gdansk. Yeah, it was free in Gdansk. So I thought, I wasn't even sure they were going to offer me the admission. So why would I want to toss my money like that? So I decided to apply for Gdansk. And I was also doing my research, and I see that when it comes to ranking, I think Gdansk is highly ranked than Łódź. Yes. So I just thought, let me just go for Gdansk.
Okay. How is the admission process for Gdansk? Though I did a video on studying nursing in different university. So guys, if you want to watch that video, check the description section for that video. But I didn't talk in details on the admission process. So if someone from Nigeria or any part of the world, be it Japan, anywhere, India, that want to study nursing in Gdansk, what are the admission process like?
So personally, I think the admission process is pretty straightforward. It's free of charge, like I said, and that's like a pros to applying to Medical University of Gdnask. So you just have to go to the website and fill out the application form. Once you do, I think in about 1 week or 2 weeks, they would contact you and schedule you for an interview. And the good thing about the interview is they give you like an area of concentration. Someone like me, I come from an arts background, so I was skeptical as to whether I was going to be able to pass the interview or not. But that area of concentration, allowed me study within the topics that they sent to me. And then after the interview, if you are able to pass, they would also contact you requesting that you send in your notarized documents. It has to be like notarized. Then you send that in to the school directly. You have to send that. If you live in Nigeria, you can send it via DHL or something. So as at the time I was applying, I was in Greece. So I had my documents notarized in Greece, and then I sent it via the local courier to Poland. So as soon as they receive it, they will then send you the documents that you require to apply for visa. So it's pretty
Okay.
straightforward.
Okay, I am based on what you just said. I want to draw you back to what you said about you came from the arts background. So does it mean Medical University of Gdnask they're not so particular about if you study science, if you study arts? That means if you don't have chemistry or physics, they will still admit you. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. So generally, I don't even think it's just with Medical University of Gdańsk. Generally, I think when it comes to nursing, the most important subjects are mathematics and biology. Chemistry it will be good to have it, but it's not like mandatory. And then for my school, Medical University of Gdańsk, it was not mandatory. The interview question was generally on chemistry, mathematics, biology, but like I said, it was an area of concentration, so you can study. But the requirements, the most important subjects were English, mathematics, and biology. So
Okay.
the others, you can have them for the other credits, you can have them from any subject, and they're fine with it.
Okay, now the next question is going to be how is job like for international students studying in Gdnask? What are the jobs that are available for them?
Okay, so for students studying in Gdansk, international students studying in Gdansk, at first when I came to Poland, we thought the language was going to be like a huge barrier when it comes to getting a job, but that's not entirely true. Especially when I left Opole to Gdansk, I could see like the huge difference when it comes to getting jobs. So for Gdansk, there are so many jobs. You can go all the way from menial jobs to professional jobs. Like for instance, I myself, I work as a customer care representative and I work remotely, so which is quite convenient.
Wow.
So yeah, so you don't have to limit yourself as a student here in Gdansk. You can go for the opportunities depending on your availability, your schedule, what your school schedule allows you to do, right? So there are restaurant jobs, so many of them. There are professional jobs, so many of them. So that's one good thing about studying here in Gdansk.
Okay, I forgot to ask you, how much is the tuition fee in your first application? Like for those coming from other country to apply their first time. Like in my uni, you have to pay 1 year tuition fee. You are not allowed to pay 6 months or first semester. So is that allowed in Gdnask, and how much is the tuition fee?
Yeah, so in Gdansk, the tuition fee is 23,000 zloty. I think that's about like 5,000 euro, thereabouts, not so
Really?
sure.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Wow,
but
that's
you're
high.
allowed, yeah, you're allowed to actually pay for a semester. It doesn't matter if it's your first semester, you can pay for one. I myself, I paid one semester when I started. And then you would also pay 3,000 zloty for orientation week. Yeah, additional to the tuition fee for the first freshers, they would pay, 3,000 zloty additional.
Wow, that's a high, but they didn't ask us to pay any money for rotation. Okay, that's not bad. How is life like combining study and work, being that you're studying nursing? Do they
Yeah.
give you do they like in my uni they always mess up with our holidays? They don't give us time. So in Gdans, do they give you time to do your personal thing, job and all those stuff?
Well, I would say like my school, it's just that the only good thing is that we have like a timetable and they stick to the timetable. So beforehand, you already know what your schedule is like. You know that nobody is going to change anything at any point, right? To an extent. But working and studying is not for the faint-hearted. Trust me, it's
Yes.
really, really difficult. Especially with a course like nursing because we have lit classes, we have to go for laboratories and stuff like that, and like so many informations coming in at the same time. So it's really not easy. I just try to, thankfully, I work remotely and my job is flexible. So I am able to work evening shifts because as a nursing student, you have to go for laboratories. We have like late night classes. So that is like, it's so difficult pairing that with studies. But the good thing is that, first of all, I work remotely. So I don't have to commute to work, to and fro.
Oh
And then
wow. Yeah.
secondly, I have like my job is very flexible, so I can work evening shifts. I can work until 3 a.m. So that allows me time to finish my classes, and then in the evening when I come back, I start my job. So most of the times I'm running like from class just to quickly log in and start working. So it's a lot of stress trying to meet up with class, trying to meet up with work. It's really not easy, but it's doable. So I actually do like meal prep. That way I can cook during the weekend when I'm free,
Mm-hmm.
and then during the week I don't even cook at all. I don't even have
Yeah.
time to cook. So I go from class to work, from class to work in the morning.
Yeah.
So I don't cook. Yeah. So that meal prep helps me as well. And then I study mostly during the weekend. With nursing, you have to constantly study everything they are teaching. You have to constantly revise. Otherwise, during exam, everything is going to be like so bulky and you would start
Yeah.
lagging behind. Yeah. So like every weekend I have to study, especially those specific courses like pharmacology. In the
Mm-hmm.
when I was doing anatomy, I was focusing more on courses like anatomy, biochemistry. So this semester I'm focusing more on pharmacology. So I have to study weekend. It's really not easy, but it's doable.
Yeah, it was a bit easier for you because your job is mainly remote. But
Yeah.
if we're to be those that they need to be at the office 8 hours a day,
That's
it's not
actually
possible.
because you have
It's
to
not
factor
possible.
in the time that you have to catch the
Yeah.
bus, going, then catching the bus, coming back. It's so
Yes.
stressful. I was actually doing that in my when I started my job. They didn't allow me work remotely, so I worked from the office for 2 to 3 months. It
Yes.
was hell. It was, trust me, and my from where I live to the office was about 40 to 50 minutes, almost an hour.
Wow.
I'm telling
Wow.
you, like it was so stressful during those times. At a point I was lagging behind with my studies, but I was able to, match everything up.
Yeah, because I've heard of it that this most of the customer care job, they will require you to work for like 2 or 3 months at the office contact, then subsequently you work from home
Yeah,
remotely.
that's
So that
true.
is why it's a bit difficult for those of us here in Lublin to get a job, because number one, most of the jobs here you need, they are contact jobs. So you, for those of us studying nursing in the medical field in Lublin, working is really really a tough thing to do. Then for those with the management, yes, because most times they go to class like once or twice in a week, so it's doable for them. But I am happy for you that you're able to get a job because you are in Gdnask. We're to be in Lublin.
Oh
That
my
would
God. Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
tough.
So that was one of the things that I had to put into consideration when I was looking for a job because I have to pay, bills, I have to pay tuition and stuff like that. So I was just thinking about it, like I really need a place where I can get a job and pay foot my bills. So that was why
Yeah,
I did not necessarily look into Lublin because I did my research and I found out nah, that was a much better place for job.
yeah. We have some people from Lublin that went to Gdans. I don't want to mention the school they left to Gdans. I don't want to go there. But a whole lot of them, about six of them that I know, but they are doing
Really?
extremely well. They
Really?
factor in the job part. That was why they left. So I'm not
Yeah.
trying to discourage anyone from coming to Lublin. There's job in Lublin, but if your studying process will allow you to work, fine. But I think it gets better when you're at your final year, like your 5th, 6th semester. Because I'm hearing that next year they're going to give us our 3 months holiday. Because ever since I came to
Central.
GPU, I've never had 3 months holiday. Never, never. The highest I've had was like 7 weeks. I don't know why they do
Really?
that. They just mess up with the
Really?
holiday.
We
And most
actually
times,
do. Mhm.
yes. And most times when you see the schedule that maybe like next week you find out that, or maybe 2 weeks time, you find out that you have 3 days off in the schedule. Trust me, in the next 5 days, a day or 3 days to that day, they were going to fill it up with something else. They are not happy seeing free days for students, most especially the nursing students, not the
Wow.
management of physiotherapy. Physiotherapists, I think it's still a bit same kind of pattern. But the international student tourism and the rest, I think they have a free time for themselves.
Okay, for us, we finished the last semester in June, and then we had to go to the hospital for the practical for 1 month. So the whole of July, we were going to the hospital. So we had August and September for holiday until school resumed in October. So
Wow, that's cool. It's not bad. This brings me to the next question. Can you speak Polish? Because I can see your status. You used to write in Polish. Please give us some lines. Give us some lines.
okay, the thing is, my school, they take the Polish so serious. Sometimes it used to like really annoy me, but yeah, I can speak a little bit. Just little. Okay, let me just try and introduce myself in Polish. Cześć, nazywam się Augustyna Shibweze. Jestem z Nigerii. Studiuję na Uniwersytecie Medycznym. Studiuję pielęgniarstwa. Lubię. What do I like? Okay, I like to
Don't go
cook.
to UK,
So
remain in Poland. Just get your 1 year experience in Poland.
no.
Why? Why?
No.
But you did very well. You did very
Yeah,
well.
but the thing is, like, first of all, I feel like my Polish is not good, and then apart from that, medical Polish is different from your day-to-day Polish.
Yes.
So you have to think about that. We started doing the body parts in Polish, and it's really, really difficult. So it's kind of like, and then it's not worth it because I hear that the pay is like so low. I don't think it's worth it. One of my supervisors were telling us that I think she was earning about 5,000 zloty gross, and they were still going to tax that. So probably at the end of the month, she'll be getting like 3,000 plus. So what's it? That's
And it's
not fair.
possible she has masters.
Exactly. Yeah. She
You
has.
can imagine.
Yeah, she has a
Masters.
master's degree. So that's like a charity job. Thinking about it.
Yes, it's
I'm
more
like,
like a charity because
yeah,
it's
honestly.
even
So
with the
I wouldn't do
5,000
that.
zloty, I can't imagine myself that after graduation I'm going home with 5,000 zloty. How much will I take home? How much will I
Exactly.
do other things? So it's
Exactly.
really, really crazy. Like it
It's
doesn't
very
work.
bad. It's very bad. So I'm not even thinking about it. No. No.
Okay, what's next after study? You don't need to give us details. Just give us like expo.
After studies, I would definitely want to relocate because that's the main reason why I decided to study nursing. If it's about the money, there are so many other courses that can pay as much as nursing can pay over time, right? But for nursing gives you like job security,
Yeah.
stability, financial stability as well. So I was looking into getting something because like I'm a family person. So if I'm thinking about myself, I'm thinking about my family as well.
Exactly.
So nursing gives me that opportunity to relocate with my family, which was the key. So now after graduation, I plan to relocate. I'm not so sure where exactly. I'm still contemplating on where, but the opportunities are, so numerous. We have the option to pick from so many places as nurses. So that's the plan after graduation, to relocate.
I know you are
and make
single,
money.
so you're talking about family, you're talking about extended family.
Yeah,
Or
like my
the
mom.
future family. Like
Yeah, that is another thing, the future family, because I don't have right now, I don't have a kid, I don't have a husband, but also my mom comes in picture as well.
yeah, we all planning. Yeah, is right. So anything you do, you have to factor in your future family because fine, you may be single now. Next year, you don't know what will happen to next year. Something else may just come up and you are now Mrs. This,
I
Mrs.
take it.
That. So we have to, as we're trying to, we don't try to be selfish in the sense that talking about myself. You look at it that, okay, what happens if I end up being
Yeah.
this? So
Yeah.
will this country be okay for me and my future family? So that is what I really applaud you for that decision, and that's
Thank you so
thoughtful of
much.
you.
Thank
So I'll have this final question to ask you is, what is your advice to those coming in from Africa, from Asia, coming to Gdans? What will you advise them?
Well, I would say just do it because it is worth it in the end. Gdansk, my school precisely, is a very good school. You know, as an international student, they help you with, I don't know if onboarding is the right word, but they help you settle in real quickly. So, but other than aside my school, Gdansk is a very good place to live for a student. There are jobs, you can, you can meet people. There are so many foreigners here in Gdansk, and Gdansk is one
Mm-hmm.
of the major places where people from Germany, America, they come here for
Yes,
holidays during summer. So there's a lot of things to do here in Gdansk. So just
I
do
bet
it.
so.
I think the move is worth it. For me, so far, I do not have any regrets. So I know that definitely you would not have any regrets if you're thinking about moving to Gdansk. Just do it.
Are there enough Africans in Gdans? Because here
Yes,
in Lublin,
yes.
Lublin is loaded with like hell.
Africans.
I
So I
really don't
heard.
want to go into the but Lublin is loaded with Africans. Like
So
it's
I heard.
every
So I
semester more keep coming in. So is that same thing with Gdans?
It's not as much as it is in Lublin because I've heard that there are lots of Africans in Lublin. It's like full
Yes,
of
in Lublin.
Africans, but definitely there. I feel like there are Africans everywhere. But here in Gdansk, Gdansk is actually a very big city, so most of the times you may not know how much Africans we have here in Gdansk. But I bump into lots of Africans when I go to the store, like Ocean. I would definitely bump into an African. In my
Yeah, sure.
school, there are lots of Africans, so yeah, we also there here in Gdansk. They're like almost every 2 weeks. There's always like an Afro party for Africans to come together and party.
Wow.
So yeah, so there are lots of Africans here in Gdansk. It's an African community here.
So now you should be in your
Thank
third
you for
semester,
having
right?
me. Yes,
Wow. So very soon we're gonna like
I
party.
can't wait. I cannot
Party.
wait to start making the money
Yeah.
because I'm constantly watching like YouTubers, nurses. I follow a lot of nurses on YouTube, and the figures they keep counting. I'm like, when? I cannot
When
wait.
like I kind of
When?
like asked myself, I said I want to get to that stage where I just spend my money without bothering myself. Like I'll know that yes, next month there's going to be a paycheck. Not
Yeah, and
counting money, trying
exactly,
to manage because you don't know what
exactly.
next month will look like.
Exactly, honestly, like you're going to the store, you want to shop, you're thinking, do I really need to buy this? Do I need it?
Like things are getting so expensive. Is there
So
any hike
expensive.
in price in Gdansk now? Because in Lublin, a lot of things, food stuff, rent. I noticed some of the landlords, they are chasing tenants because they want to accommodate Ukrainians too, because the government pay them some extra maybe tax-free something, or I don't know how the government tend to like reward them for letting Ukrainians rent their apartments. Do you experience same in Gdansk, at Gdansk?
The problem with no, I would not say we experience that, but we have like a much bigger problem here in Gdansk. The problem we
Okay.
have here in Gdansk with accommodation is that I would say like 60% of the landlords they do not want to rent their apartments up until like summer. So they want you to rent it up until the month that summer begins and move out so that they can use the apartments for Airbnb. So it's like when summer
Oh,
starts, where do I go to? So most of the apartments here, they're only available for winter and autumn. But as soon as summer begins, they you sign like the contract you sign is like expired. They just tell you you have to leave because they make more money with Airbnb. So that's the problem we have here in Gdańsk because there are so many foreigners that
okay.
come during summer and they make lots of money with Airbnb. Yeah.
Okay, because Gdansk is a tourist attraction and because of the seaports and the beaches, the beach
Beaches,
everywhere.
yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's the problem we have here
That's
in Gdańsk.
crazy. That's
It's
crazy.
crazy. It is.
Wow. Thank you so much, Tina, for showing up on my channel. Thank you for honoring my invitation. Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much.
having me.
I
Thank you
really
so much for
appreciate your
having
time.
me. I am honored. Thank you.
Bye. So guys,
Bye.
thank you so much. If you have any question for Tina, you can send it to me on my Facebook page. and I will send your questions to her. Then, yeah, we'll take it up from there.
All right.
So thank you for showing up. Thank you so much. I really
Thank
appreciate your
you.
time.
Bye.
Bye.